check them out in the video, but check them out in the description.
Then jump out from behind their trash cans and like, hey, I just wanted to thank you very much. Thank you for coming out here.
Yes.
In your yard at 12 a.m. I just have a few
7
quick
a.m.
questions.
Yeah, just freaking hear a video essay for your pleasure.
Well, speaking of surprising people with stuff, hey everybody, welcome to Modular Components. Oh my god, everybody, it's Summit Day! By the time you're listening to this, I'm like halfway to Boingo's house, so... Boingo, how the fuck you doing? I'm the vacuuminator, by the way.
I'm doing well enough.
Nice. And then after I get to Boingo's house, we gotta drive another hour to Snowcone's house. Snowcone, what be up? Buster, you're gonna call in tomorrow. How you doing?
Okay. I had a pretty productive day, not gonna lie, but I wish it was more productive.
Hey, me too. But boys, and potentially girls who are listening too, how are we all doing tonight?
Oh, well enough, I believe.
Freaking, people are upstairs, so I'm forced to record this in the basement. Freaking basement episode, I guess.
What else is new?
One episode on Discord. Never been done before.
Yeah, the Discord's in the basement, so you just don't go together often, man.
Oh, man. I gotta tell you, my mind has just been ultra sharply focused on making sure everything I have to get done before the summit is done this weekend, because I'm house sitting for a friend of the family again, and like that means I just have all this time to myself to get all this work done, so I have to be constantly working, and you fuckers know how that is, because I just subjected you to like, hey, is this okay? Is this okay? Can we do this? Huh? What? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can't even keep in character. I just find things too funny.
We've never claimed to be professional.
Not a professional.
Not
Not a professional. You accidentally unlocked a classic inside joke fact. How dare you?
Okay, explain.
Chris once sang 5,000 miles, and then we mocked him saying not a professional in the same way that the chorus goes, and there was other stuff related to that.
Okay, that sounds like some high school shenanigans.
It was very
And I
much
wish
so.
I had high school shenanigans.
You are high school shenanigans.
No, I'm not. I'm freaking like the freaking what archetype I am. Freaking the guy who doesn't talk to anyone, the background character, freaking
Mob?
I sat at the back of the classroom looking out the window, just like my favorite anime character.
Kind of. That used to be my attitude in middle school. And then I tried to be more social in high school. I just didn't get anyone's number, so when the pandemic hit, I got screwed.
So you're saying, Buster, at one point in time you had a Chuny phase.
What's a Chuny phase?
Chunibyo.
Who's Chunibyo?
Okay, Jesus
Oh
Christ,
my
I gotta explain
God.
Chunibyo.
I also don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh my God!
I'm treating it as a loan word. It's a Japanese phrase that basically is 8th grader syndrome. It's a cringy, whingy person in middle school who acts as if like my right eye of doom will unleash hell and everyone hates me because I'm so badass.
You could have just said weeb.
It's a difference because here's the thing: there's a high on your own fart.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. It was kind of like a mix of high on my own fart and just legitimate anger issues. I don't want to get too into it. That's like.
But Buster, did you indeed have the power of God and anime on your side?
Anime was half and half.
Were you frustrated with the fact that you had to exist in the societal construct that was created by other people?
Kinda.
So you would say this is a society?
Basically, I mean, objectively, this is a society because that.
Would you say we live in a society?
Well, no. Well, objectively, yes.
You best start believing in societies. You're in one.
This is the pirate voice.
Because he's quoting a line from Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's paraphrasing.
Freaking, did the Barbosa say that?
Yeah. That's like one of Barbossa's most famous lines.
You best start believing in ghost stories, lady, because you're in one.
God damn, I love Barbossa. I would watch a whole Pirates of the Caribbean movie just about him.
Well, too bad they murked him in the 5th one.
Yeah, but at least he went out like a badass protecting his daughter.
Yeah, actually 5, it's like, I know people hate the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but it's kind of like a half, like, I think it's okay. It's not like the greatest movie ever.
So the Caribbean is just Star Wars on water. Every one of them is good. Yes, some of them are more stupid than others, but they're all good.
Whoa.
And I thought Captain Salad Bar was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a thing that they could do more Pirates of the Caribbean. I just think they just don't know what to fucking do.
I think they're just scared because even though everybody likes him again, the Johnny Depp connection is probably making Disney real skittish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, honestly, I feel like that thing, like, how, like, kind of franchisey reboot the, like, sequel freaking franchisey Disney has gotten in. I think there would just be more, I thought there would be more open to it now more than ever, but I don't know what you're gonna do. Freaking make Hocus Pocus 2, I guess. Would
you watch a Pirates of the Caribbean Disney Plus series?
Probably, actually.
You know, Pirates is a very swashbuckly series. If you make the characters good, then I think people would be interested.
Yeah.
Just make it about Davy Jones.
And I mean, like, I am not really one to talk because, fuck it, I am planning to watch the Santa Claus Christmas Disney Plus show.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that's a thing. Freaking, did I ever tell you how I first discovered Santa Claus?
No.
Came downstairs one Christmas morning.
No, not that Santa. The movie Santa Claus with an E, starring the Tim.
I don't. Buster, do you even celebrate Christmas?
I don't, but like I watch Christmas movies sometimes.
Wait. Tim Zaya was in a Christmas movie?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, I know. I grew up on those movies. I watched the second one every Christmas since it came out.
Yeah, but I was in this like cabin, and I just turned on, and me and my family just turned on the TV, and we were like watching like Santa Claus 2, and I was like, oh, this is a cute movie. Then right after they play Santa Claus 3, and it's like the most insane what the hell finale to that franchise.
Santa Claus 3 is a fucking mess, and I still can't believe it's real. Oh god, I just remember I watched that movie in theaters.
Whoa.
Yeah. That was like the whole family. My mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters all went to the theater kind of thing.
Whoa. Freaking. So it was like the Superman 3 of Christmas movies.
That was Toy Story 3 for me.
I went to see
everyone I knew and my entire family went at the same time.
I mean, that sounds awesome, but I saw Toy Story 3 in a discount theater like the week before it was going to go out of theaters with my sister.
Cool.
Kind of epic.
I remember it was us and like 2 other groups of people who were completely dispersed throughout this massive screening room, and it just felt weird the whole way through.
Yeah, like I remember like seeing Toy Story 3, like it was kind of like to build up to it, they did like a Toy Story 1 and 2 like theater event beforehand. And I remember
remember theater marathons back in like the early days of the MCU?
Yeah. And then it became like, oh, you would have to spend 2 days here to watch everything.
One of them did it for I think it was Epic. Yeah, they did it for Endgame. They played all of them.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
They had like break times and stuff, like dinner time and shit like that, where you could leave and come back.
Sounds more like a retreat than like a freaking marathon.
Just freaking bring a sleeping bag into the movie theater.
I won the lottery. I'd have like the world's best bed and then sleep in a sleeping bag on top of it because no one would be able to tell me what to do. I guess I could just do that now. I do have a sleeping bed next door, I guess.
You have what other kind of bed is there besides a sleeping bed?
I'm at bag, but I'm high.
Actually, speaking of theaters, I recently did a double feature at the movies recently with
how was that? It sounded awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, except for the fact that someone brought their baby into a One Piece movie. Why would you do that?
It's a cartoon.
The baby is real.
Cartoon. Cartoons are for babies, right? I can take my baby to this and it will calm them down.
I get. Well, it's like, well, one, the movie is very loud. It's like a music movie, so it's like freaking like loud music, loud effects. It's very like it's One Piece. They're very loud and proud. And it's just like, I mean, luckily the movie was loud enough that I could barely hear the baby crying. But when I still heard the baby crying, I was like, oh, why would you bring your? It's like it was Japanese English subtitles, so it's like, why would you do that? Like I don't know.
Still remember when I went to see the midnight premiere of Captain America: The First Avenger with my dad. I remember watching some lady like halfway through the trailers bring her 5-year-old in to see this movie. And like they sat only a couple rows down from us, so I could still see them the whole time. And the whole time I'm enjoying the movie, I'm paying attention to it, but every once in a while I just glance down and be like, lady, why the fuck did you bring a 5-year-old to a midnight screening of a loud-ass action movie?
Freaking, oh god. Did I ever tell you about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows incident?
No!
Okay, no, I think I told the story before, but I'm gonna say it again anyway. Freaking, I went to go see TMNT 2. Like, it was not a good movie, but I enjoyed it at the time. And it's just, there was this, like, when the Krang appeared, this baby, or like I don't know who, but they just start screaming so loud, my ears pierce, and by the end, like, they actually have to be escorted out of the theater because they were being so loud. Like, and it's just like by the end of the movie, like they had to give out like free tickets. I never used that free ticket on anything.
Well, I mean that's cool that happened. I've never actually seen somebody be escorted out of a movie theater, even when like it really needed to happen. Like I've told you guys about the couple who wouldn't shut the fuck up when I went to see the Batman, but
yeah.
Keeping in theme of DC movies, when I went to see Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds, there was a toddler that was just running up and down the stairs all the way through the movie, and I wanted to go and get in attendance, but like when I finally got to the level of anger that I was ready to, something in my head just went, this movie's shit anyway. What do you care that there's a kid being annoying?
We used to go to movies with like groups of probably like 8 people, like upwards of 8 people.
Yeah.
And there'd be a couple times where like it'd be me, Chris, and a couple other people. And in the earlier years, one of the like most chaotic things we do is like as soon as we get into the theater, we just split up. So like one person will sit in the very front row, somebody will sit in like the middle, and like we'll just be all over the place. And we'll just keep saying like complete bullshit. Like Jake used to sit at the very bottom of the theater. And he's like, "Wow, that's fucking weird." Like during the like intro cutscenes or whatever.
What?
And it would just seem like we were
picture you, Snow Cone, just like standing up in the middle of a movie and going, "Let's split up, gang."
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is often these like I remember some of these times. Like we were like one of the only groups in the theater, though. We weren't bothering people. I don't remember.
Oh yeah. It's got to be that way.
I'll never forget the time.
Wait, back to my double feature. Freaking.
No. Let Snow Cone finish.
No, go for it. Fuck you. Go for it. Say
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Like the One Piece film, man, that was a really good movie. I honestly was more like invested in the songs because Ido sings them, and I like Ido a lot. I mean, I like One Piece a lot, but like I was like that there'll be a lot of One Piece movies in the future, but there won't be a lot of like Ido like musical movies, basically. So I cherish that moment. Yeah, it was a very fun movie, very cool. Nice to see some like not like they don't really retcon anything about Shanks. They're more just so like elaborate like why is he so cool, If that makes sense. This critique is only for Boingo because he's the only One Piece.
I wish I had a whole movie dedicated to why am I so cool.
I mean, here's the thing. It's just the fact that Shanks hasn't had a ton of screen time, so we only have other people saying like, "Damn, he's cool."
Yeah, you get to see why he's cool,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much though because I want Boingo to see it for himself. Whenever he can, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll have to be once it's out on like home video.
Yeah. And then I saw Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in theaters, which I'm gonna talk about more of this on Twitter. But this is like a packed theater, And it was like the best, simultaneously the best and most cluttered I felt in a theater in a while, just because it's like everyone was like so polite. They clapped at like the end, at like when the Toho guy says, "Please enjoy the movie," and also when they're like the movie ended, everyone clapped. So that was like, that was a nice. Everyone was polite.
Godzilla came on screen and I clapped because I know who that is.
They didn't clap during the movie. They clapped at like beginning and ending, which is like what you kind of want.
Mm-hmm.
Every single Dragon Ball Z movie I've seen in theaters, the audience was just like fucking there for it.
I mean, that's probably because it's like those are Fathom events, aren't they? So like the people who are going to see those are like, we know what we're going to see. We have to plan on this.
Well, like the Dragon Ball and One Piece movies aren't Fathom events anymore. They're like wide releases, basically.
They they are.
They're not like every theater. It's more. It's a limited wide release. The best way I can
microaggression.
It's a microaggression against the Saiyans. Those damn dirty monkeys.
Oh my god. But yeah, the
not like those honorable slug men, the Namekians.
That's what I hope to be, honorable slug man.
You're almost there. Right now. You're just a polite crab boy.
Crab neck boy.
Correct.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah, but the Godzilla vs. Mecha, it was like pretty cool because they showed like some Godzilla Fest shorts beforehand. And that was like fun. They even showed like a making of. I'll talk about this more on Twitter, but they showed like even a making of the short, and it was like super cool.
They were like, "Hey guys, look, it's fucking Godzilla versus Hedorah from last year. Bet you wish you could see this whenever you want to."
Yeah, that kind of feels like a bit of like a oof to the like, especially
Is it not out in open water?
They put them out on their YouTube channel for like a week, and then they take them down and don't put them up anywhere else. The only place you can watch those after the fact is Internet Archive.
Yeah, open waters.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean there.
The making of short that was like more widely accessible because it's just like the passion they have and just how they make it. It's just so interesting to me. So yeah. Yeah. It's like just seeing like how they make those really cool miniatures and effects. It's just like whoa,
Mm-hmm. I remember watching behind the scenes footage for Shin Godzilla and being blown away by that stuff.
Yeah, I need to look some of that up. Bogo should too because I know he's planning something around that movie. The actual movie was good, minus the shitty subtitles. I don't know. Like, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Okay, how were these subtitles shitty? Because I keep hearing people say they were bad subtitles, but not why.
Okay, well, first off, there's like untranslated dialogue at the beginning of scenes. It always happens at the beginning of scenes. Like, it's just so weird. And like, they don't bother to translate dialogue at the beginning, so I'm like, wait, what are they saying? And then it's just like sometimes the timing is off. Like the phrasing is just like that's not what the character says. If it's like a character will say, "Let's go, Kiryu." Kiryu will not be mentioned in the subtitles for some reason. I guess they were using like the dub script. I guess. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, it was nice that they had like introductions of the characters subtitled, but like that's all that's like really the good thing. And they're serviceable, but not great. I'll elaborate more on Twit when I talk about the movie in a whole.
Fair enough, but you did enjoy the movie, right?
Yeah, it was a great time. Really like seeing it. It was my first time seeing Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, so that was a really fun experience.
Yeah, that's one I haven't gotten to yet, but that's one of the ones people often recommend. Like, people tell me that's the Mechagodzilla movie.
Oh, it does feel like it. Like, I'll talk about more into it, but it does feel like this is the definitive Mechagodzilla story.
Okay. But yeah, I guess going into more positive theater experiences, the best one I've probably ever had is when I went to see probably tied actually with Endgame and Force Awakens, seeing those midnight releases, because those were just like, or no, not Endgame, Infinity War, because those were packed houses and like everybody was there to see the thing and they were pumped and excited and everybody like got verbally excited at the appropriate times, laughed at all the jokes, and never did it to like an annoying degree. It was like exactly what you want to have if you want to watch something with other people, where it feels like a shared enjoyment of a thing.
Yeah, like a good community, like, but it's not like too like overly loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it will forever stick in my head the moment in the Wakanda fight in Infinity War when Cap and Black Panther just start running ahead of the whole rest of the army, and my entire theater erupted like I was in a football stadium watching a touchdown.
nice. Yeah. Like I remember like just like Force Awakens, like me and like winter break just started. My mom and sister weren't home, and me and my dad and my brother we just wanted to go see a movie, and we're like, let's try to see that new Star Wars movie that just came out the day, and we managed to sneak in tickets to this like very nice Hollywood Boulevard theater.
Oh
And
damn!
it's freaking like we barely got in. We're like we somehow got 3 seats on opening day when it's like the most reserved movie in existence at the
Yeah,
time.
that's crazy.
So it's like we had to get in, and it was like whoa, like yeah, and basically all the like memories of rewatching New Hope on VHS all came flooding back to me because I didn't really follow Force Awakens, to like or movie news in general at the time Force Awakens was coming out. So it was like
See, I got like fully sucked into the hype. So I saw it, and like I haven't seen Force Awakens in a while, so I don't know what my current opinion on it would be, but I loved it the first time I saw it at the midnight screening myself. So much so that I then saw it 2 more times in theaters, and I almost never do that. I went and saw it again on Christmas Day, and then I went and saw it on my mom's birthday. She wanted to go see it, so we went and saw it together.
I think like the only movie I've seen like quote unquote twice in theaters so far is like the Spider-Verse movie. Just like Spider-Verse, like it was just so good, and like I don't know what movie my mom wanted to see or my mom and my family wanted to see on that day. I think it was Aquaman, and I was like, nah, just watch Spider-Verse again, and it was like, whoa, you know. Although I hated my first viewing because my sister and brother they were there, but they were on their phones the whole time, and I'm like,
That's always so annoying.
especially with that movie, like, whoa, look at this, you know.
You paid to see this. Come on.
Yeah, and it's a good movie.
Snowcone, we saw Force Awakens in like the big fancy ass IMAX at St. Augie, didn't we?
Yeah, and I still do like that theater. There's a couple theaters around here though that kind of just do it for me. I don't know. Probably one of my most definitely my oldest theater experience or memory would be going to see Phantom Menace with my dad in some theater in South Florida.
Oh, sick!
Was
And
it
was
like
just
original
crazy.
release or the 3D release?
Original release.
So 1999.
And I remember the theater had like a South Florida theme, so it looked super tropical. There was also, maybe it was just a fucking tropical theme because there was like a volcano in there. But everything just looked so fucking crazy. I was also a child, so maybe that's why it's like.
So, was that your first Star Wars, or just your first Star Wars in a theater?
My first Star Wars, and that was the only Star Wars I could have feasibly seen in a theater at that point. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they did release the special editions right before Phantom in theaters.
Oh no, I remember a pretty cool Star Wars theater experience. Whenever we put it on the Flow Theater.
Oh yeah, we fucking put on the original trilogy in a theater, and like for people could just come in and watch, and we sold concessions to raise money.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Epic, even.
There's a video out there of us getting it running for the first time, and the music coming through, and just like the blast effects because it was a performance theater scale like sound.
Yeah,
with Chris working the sound design, like it was fucking slick.
Yeah, we had it all set up. We used, I don't know the actual brand of the projector. All it was is everyone in the technical theater department called it Godzilla.
Damn.
We used a projector whose nickname was Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any Star Wars in theaters before Force Awakens, because I got into Star Wars like right around the time Episode 3 was coming out, and my older sister went to see it in a theater, but I think because my parents would kind of make my older sister go and see movies I wanted to see and then tell them if it was okay for me when I was young. And I think the scene of Anakin burning up on Mustafar made her go like, yeah, he's not old enough to see that. But then a friend of the family got us a pirated copy like a month later.
I've seen like all the Disney Star Wars in theaters, and none of them really match the hype of Force Awakens, except for the Skywalker one, which was like that. Well, I couldn't even get into the hype because I was just so befuddled at that movie.
I remember seeing Rise of Skywalker and just like all the varied reactions around the theater, because like that was the one where it became clear in the lead up to it that like the Star Wars fandom was fractured, and people weren't gonna be shy about it in a theater for once.
It was.
But no, I missed the prequels. I even missed the freaking Clone Wars movie. I know they put that in theaters, but I didn't know it was a thing until after the first couple episodes of the Clone Wars show had aired, and I ended up watching it on DVD.
I didn't even know, like, I love the Clone Wars show, but I never even know there was like a theatrical movie that was like until like I think last year.
Yeah.
You know?
And funnily enough, the movie is like the worst thing in that entire show.
Yeah, like I know, like everyone hated it, and it was like this is the worst Star Wars movie, and I'm like, it's not great, but it's like better than
that
others.
movie is single-handedly responsible for why people hated Ahsoka for like the first few seasons of that show. Because in the show, she's fine in the early seasons. She gets great later on, but she's fine in the early seasons. In the movie, she's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, she's not even that annoying in the movie. You even see like the start of her arc in that movie. It's just like some of the animation is a bit unfinished. It's like, you know, it looks a lot. There's a lot of what's the color? Freaking yellow piss filter over a lot of scenes.
And
they're in Mexico.
Yeah, and giving Jabba a kid who never crops up again in the entire saga is just a weird move.
Yeah, it felt like that felt like an early episode of Clone Wars, you know, where it's just should we like make our own things or should we freaking like expand on original and prequel stuff? Like they didn't really find a balance of that or how to do it properly.
Yeah, but going back to what Cody was talking about, I'm not sure, but I think my first time seeing anything in a theater was Big Idea's Jonah, a VeggieTales movie.
Oh,
yeah.
I recently, not recently, that was a couple years ago where like Saber Spark put out his big VeggieTales documentary. That was like the first.
I still need to watch that shit.
Yeah. It's like I don't really like Saber Sparks like a lot of his content, but like it's harmless enough. It's just like in that one he kind of peaked there for me, honestly.
Fair enough. I only watch Saber Spark sporadically.
Yeah,
I'm probably one of the only people who is still willing to admit I know him from Brony's React, because that was his first big thing. He did that as a series for a while of just getting various Brony YouTubers to react to big episodes of the show on camera.
Yeah, I remember hearing like that he was like about to move on from that when I discovered him. He was doing all his cartoon essays and stuff. But yeah, like that VeggieTales video is really damn good. Like, yeah, and also it's just super interesting to learn about the history. I didn't know what a VeggieTales like. What I heard the name before, but I didn't know like what's the history. What were the characters? What is this show even about? Until I freaking like.
It's about Christianity.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of VeggieTales on VHS as a child, and I think my Sunday school went on like a field trip to see the movie when it first came out, but. It's a very vague memory. Like I just remember that I did see that movie in theaters.
Yeah, I guess if I had like something even equivalent to VeggieTales, not in terms of religion, but in terms of just like I watched it all the time and I was obsessed with it, it would be like Blue's Clues. Which is funny that I bring it up now because this month they're gonna release like a Paramount Plus No Way Home style, like all the Blue's Clues hosts come together to do wacky shenanigans, and I'm so excited for it. So unironically excited for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna check that out, but it does look cool.
Yeah, I need to like watch some of the new episodes first just to get a feel for the new host.
I mean, I literally haven't watched Blue's Clues since I was at the target age group.
Yeah, honestly, same. But I really want to like revisit it, if only for a retrospective video on it.
Oh my god, you do like a freaking what's his name? Quentin Reviews length fucking Blue's Clues video.
Okay, if I can't get like a Quentin Reviews length out of Geo, I don't think I can do Blue's Clues. I'm gonna be honest with you fellas.
Fair enough.
It would be like that. What's it like? What would be something you could compare me to? I don't know.
Incomparable.
Yeah, I'm just my own being. People rip off me.
You're unique. You're one of a kind. You're a special snowflake.
Yeah. Says every Christian mom ever, and I'm like, bro, I'm Muslim. I don't know.
Who could know?
Only God knows. He ain't telling.
I mean, whoever's sitting in the Mobius chair right now probably does.
God's plan.
Why does every Mobius, Morbius, Mobius from like freaking Sonic? I don't. How many Mobs out there?
Well, here's the thing. It's because of the Mobius strip.
Oh, is it like that religious thing?
No, it's a it's a geometric shape that is basically a 2D surface with a twist that links together that basically creates one unified surface that is also two surfaces.
So advanced shapes.
Yeah, it's important, and it's kind of just like it's a novelty thing that you need to know that's like useful to know about. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah,
but it's also like a way to like think about certain aspects and mathematics and certain things, and it's important and it's fun and sounding enough that you can use it for sci-fi.
Interesting.
Also, Mobius is like a guy's name. Like he's a famous artist.
Well, that's his pen name.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know much about Mobius. I just realized I've only seen his work in fucking Silver Surfer Parable.
I mean, he did the Inkle, which is like
no, he did a lot of the early design work for the original Tron, didn't he?
He's very important. He worked on Jodorowsky's Dune. He did
the original Tron yesterday. Sorry.
Nice.
He did the Inkle, which was a major influence on the Fifth Element. Like, here's the thing. You have seen works inspired by Mobius. Like, you may not know you've seen something that's basically directly Mobius, but you have. Trying to get, like, have you seen the Dredd movie? That's inspired, Dredd is heavily inspired by the works of Mobius. All of the Dredd comics are.
Alright.
It is parsed through the lens of Judge Dredd, which became its own visual language in and of itself. But like Blade Runner, Fifth Element, pretty much any cyberpunk story is heavily influenced by Mobius.
Yeah, I know him for like having semi-detailed artwork, but also using like a color palette that's like halfway between neon and pastel.
Yeah, no. Mobius is an important artist. Important art boy. Also, he did Blueberry, which is a European Western comic. I think it also had a movie.
Speaking of movies, like, you know what's a movie you should watch?
What?
Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Oh yeah, that did come out today. How was that?
Oh, it was very epic and based and funny, and I like it a lot. It's very much, you gotta know the biopic genre and savvy that you have to know Weird Al to fully understand the humor, but like, if you get it, you'll love it, you know?
Is it like a musical, or is it just a straight biopic?
It's a parody of biopics.
Yeah, I knew that, but I meant like, does it stick to the biopic format, or does it have like musical numbers? Because I saw, oh god, which one was it?
I wouldn't call it. Here's the thing: it's probably not a musical. It's probably better described as a biopic movie with musical interludes, where it's like it's a performance.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's like a performance. There's like they're recording a song. They make a song. You know, it's just that kind of thing. And I don't want to say too much about it because I feel like I don't want to spoil a lot of the jokes because there's a lot of good ones, but like it's really funny.
I do have one question.
Yeah.
How much of the movie is Madonna in? Because the trailer makes it seem like she's a major character.
From everything I've heard, she is.
Yeah, she is a major character in like the second half. She kind of like incites a change with it. She kind of like shakes up the kind of dynamic in the movie. Like, to put it simply, like when she starts to come into the movie, it starts to become more parody than facts. Like, it starts to get even further into the parody angle.
Because I was then also going to ask, I just fought to ask this. Did Weird Al actually date Madonna, or did they just make that up for the movie?
It's made up for the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't spoil where that goes, but it gets pretty funny.
See, I watched an interview with Weird Al and Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Talking about the movie, and basically the major inspiration is basically at one point in time when a Weird Al made a parody of a song, it boosted the album sales by like 1 million. And so they basically turned that into a plot point of like, oh, the Weird Al bump.
Yeah, that is a plot point in the movie. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was a good interview. It wasn't super in depth, but it was all very respectful to each other, you know?
Yeah, but I'm definitely interested in checking that out when I have time, because there's just so much stuff coming out this month that I want to watch that I probably won't have time for. But like, I'm a Weird Al fan, and I like Daniel Radcliffe. I honestly, I wish I could watch more Daniel Radcliffe stuff, because he seems like it. To put it in the politest way I can, he seems like a sane Shia LaBeouf.
I can kind of see that, but like he just seems like a cool dude, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. He fucking called out J.K. Rowling on her transphobia.
Oh yeah, no, dude's a total Chad. He made his money all through his childhood doing those wizard movies. Then, like, as soon as he was an adult, he starred in a nude play. And ever since Harry Potter is wrapped up, well, he's still been involved with the fans. He just goes and does whatever weird shit he feels like.
Like, remember that movie where he was the representation of gender dysphoria for a trans woman who was in the closet?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which movie?
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man. Oh, okay. I need to see that one. I will look, because the big Daniel Radcliffe movie I'm like eyeing right now is Guns Akimbo, just because, like, you know, the guns.
And they're akimboed.
Yeah. It's like that's where that funny Daniel Radcliffe of Gun came from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably watch Swiss Army Man after this podcast now, and just like
it's a really good movie. It's really good.
I like it a lot.
Another movie that came out that me and Chris know one of the animators on was Wendell and Wild.
Oh yeah,
really?
I started watching that. I haven't finished it yet, but like it's really good so far.
Nice.
It is. I was very surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't sound right.
They had like a trans character there, and I do feel like the dead naming was a bit unnecessary. You could have just had like, I feel like that just like is a bit like overblown, especially when the character was respectful, like previously respectful of that. It's just there to confirm, oh yeah, they're trans. Just freaking like mess up their pronouns a bit. That's like a bit more respectful and like just quicker and better paced. I don't know. That's like my only quibble. It's a really funny movie otherwise.
Yeah, it did seem like at first like it was pretty like fine, like okay, yeah, I see why they're saying this, and like the rest of the movie, well, I guess you haven't finished that yet, but I don't know. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's like the only quibble I have. Like Keenan and Peele are really funny in it.
Yeah,
like,
I hadn't heard much about that until like just the last couple days. I saw a few ads for it on TV at the gym, but it seems
it hasn't
interesting.
come out yet.
It came out like the weekend before Halloween, so
yeah. I saw a few advertisements in a few places, but it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was mostly like the people who watched it already, or like Henry Selick kind of bumping it up because Netflix sucks at promoting things. Freaking seeing them promote. I've seen more promotion for Dragon Quest Season 4. Not Dragon Quest, the Dragon Prince. Stupid titles. And like I don't know, like freaking more than like I've ever heard of that show up till now. I don't know what's going on.
I deadass thought they canceled Dragon Prince a while ago.
Yeah, like it looks like it would be first off the chopping block based on their like previous efforts, but no, I guess it's still going.
Must not cost much to make, I guess.
Yeah, just like it's a sleeper hit or something.
I mean, whenever I hear people talk about it, it's glowing reviews, and I liked the first season, but I haven't watched beyond that, and I don't know generally what the popularity level is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, because that's the thing. Unless something gets an immediate and large vocal fan base, you never know how popular a thing is.
That's true. I'm always surprised there's a huge fandom for Smallville.
Well, that thing lasted for 10 seasons. I think it like freaking.
No. I know Smallville was a huge cultural phenomenon for its time, but I'm always surprised to find out that there's people who are like still there for it and who think Michael Rosenbaum is the best Lex Luthor of all time, and don't you dare say otherwise.
He is a fucking great Lex Luthor.
He's a great Lex Luthor. He's just a better Flash, and I like oh god, what's his name? Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor a little bit better.
Yeah, well, of course, Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor is going to be.
Here's the thing. Do you want Lex Luthor? Do you want Lex Luthor to be evil asshole Lex Luthor, or do you want Lex Luthor to be the I get what you're doing, but why are you doing it this way, you fucking idiot, Lex Luthor? If you want the first one, Clancy Brown. If you want the second one, Matthew.
Fair enough.
Because you're not supposed to be angry at Lex Luthor. You're supposed to be going like, no, stop. Why? It's a tragedy.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Are billionaires supposed to be tragedies?
Well, considering that he was basically abused and through his own neuroses pushed away the one person who would be sympathetic to him and be a friend to him, even though throughout the entire series, Superman is basically Clark is basically going like, hey man, we're friends. And he's slowly turning more and more into like Lex Luthor.
Oh my god. I thought Zack Snyder invented Christian parallels for Superman. Apparently Smallville did with those like this Jesus Judas type beast.
Christian parallels have always been a thing with Superman. He was invented by two Jewish dudes, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but it's not Jesus. Originally it was Moses, and most of the Jesus-y stuff in Smallville is only in like the first episode.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's just mostly because he was bullied.
But that was like the main promo image for the show initially. So like it's an iconic thing for Superman now.
Yeah. But that's also like, you got to recognize in context. It's not meant to be Jesus. They're turning him into a scarecrow.
Oh, why would you turn Superman into a scarecrow?
Because they were bullying Clark.
I guess.
No, that's what happened in the show.
I just like.
They were bullying and harassing Clark, and they basically like he got close to like kryptonite, and they got him up on the thing for a scarecrow, and that's what it is. But it also looks like Jesus.
I guess.
Also, why is Fact muted?
I had to go let the cats in.
Okay.
Get the cats out. No, dogs in, cats out. I don't know.
Who let the dogs in?
Yeah, they can't get out of the garage, but they like to go and mess around in there. The owner told me, so I had put them out there like 3 hours ago, and they were banging on the door just now.
Yeah.
Old mess around garage.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time this podcast comes out, Sonic Frontiers will have come out.
Sonic Frontiers, Transformers Earthspark.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch Earthspark yet.
Are they dropping the whole season same day, or are they doing like weekly episodes?
Let me freaking look this up.
Because like if it's just weekly episodes, we might try and watch the first one at the summit.
They also said like weekly episodes or something, like on Nickelodeon, or maybe they ditched that plan. Let me freaking Wikipedia this. Yeah.
But yeah, that could totally be a thing if we have time.
Okay, production. Oh, they already announced the second season of Earthspark.
Oh yeah, I think that was like a week or two ago. They said the Paramount was so happy with the first season that they've greenlit a second one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they're gonna release the first 10 with the remaining 14 at a later date. So I'm guessing like we're gonna start with 10 and then we're gonna do weekly for 14, or we're gonna do like part 1
style drop then.
Yeah. I guess they just really like doing that at Hasbro.
Yeah, I don't think I could watch 5 hours of television during next weekend. I do have Paramount Plus though, so if anybody needs a password, hit me up. Not viewers, people in this call.
I'm actually like thinking like maybe I will use that for like some Ninja Turtles and also just freaking.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go back and finish Turtles 2012 because I got like 3 seasons into that when it was airing and then dropped off because of life stuff.
Oh, did you make it to the part where like the world ended in season 3?
I don't remember that, so probably not. The last major thing I remember is that episode where they're like going through multiversal stuff and there's like a split second of them looking in on the 80s cartoon universe.
Okay, yeah, that was like the teasing up of that was like the teaser for the 80s crossover they would do in season 4.
Oh, okay. I also remember, I don't remember if he had like fully joined the team by the time I stopped watching, but I do remember they had like started introducing Casey Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're like early season 3, like mid season 3, because I know like end of season 3 gets wild. I don't want to spoil it, but like
I know they go into space at some point, and I know most Ninja Turtles versions do that, but like that feels wild for that show specifically because that show starts off feeling pretty grounded.
Yeah, and it's like the way they have to like. I kind of already spoiled it, but I'm not gonna repeat it. The way they're forced into space is like, what the hell? Like it's like, like I'll. I don't want to spoil it, but like it might remind you of a certain Power Rangers season that was airing around that time.
Oh my.
That one you've reviewed. That's all I'll say.
I know exactly which one you're talking about if you're talking about world-ending shit.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. Yeah, I mean, I recently binged Rise of the TMNT when the movie was coming out. I actually like a mostly written video about that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like freaking like bubble produce that because it's kind of been like done with at this point. Where it's just like kind of like everyone's kind of like the 2023 series is coming and the movie with like freaking Seth Rogen producing. So like there isn't like much to freaking do. Still need to freaking work on that Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 video. I started writing it, but then I just haven't written it since like May. Like that was gonna be like the big project of the summer, and then I just didn't.
I mean,
I'm not sure what
life comes at you sometimes.
Yeah,
life comes at you pretty fast.
It does, but then also it's just like my brain just didn't cooperate with me.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Also, I don't care about the God of War games, but I find it pretty cool that like the Sun Wuchao, the Proto ZD voices guy on YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, Pro ZD. He's like he did major motion capture for like the shopkeeper in that game.
I remember him talking about that in his Trash Taste episode.
Yeah. He voiced the character in the first Nordic God of War one.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I know he's done like, a lot of voices for like, cartoons and like OKKO specifically is like where I like mainly know his voice acting work.
Well, he did the voice. It's it's a squirrel summon.
So it's like a very small part, but then he got a much bigger role in like the sequel.
Yeah, but like he did a lot just because it had a lot of like
voice lines?
But yeah, basically he snarked at you whenever you summoned him. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing, you bitch?"
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking at television. He's in One Piece.
Oh, when did he get in One Piece?
He's Neko. He's Neko Mamushi.
Is it in Wano?
Yeah, he's in Wano.
Oh, okay.
But he's also One Zhao. He's the cat guy.
Oh, he's in Big Top Burger? Yeah, they're releasing a new episode by the time this episode's out.
Hold on.
Oh,
There's a new
speaking
Big Top
of,
Burger.
Go ahead, Snooker.
There's a new Big Top Burger episode.
Yeah, coming soon.
Oh hell yeah!
But speaking of internet people being in mainstream stuff, Boingo, did you spot Wang in the House of Black video package this Wednesday? Because somebody showed that to me the day after.
I didn't see it. I know they have a business relationship. They're making T-shirts together.
You know, let me see if I can find that screen cap again real quick.
Because I think Wang has some designs in Malachi's shop.
Yeah. Here it is. He was one of the pole bearers.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Paul Bearer.
I know he's a wrestler, so Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer's been dead for like 15 years.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking badass on him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he just looks like he belongs in that kind of dark Malachi Black universe.
Mm-hmm.
No. Wrestling has been getting exciting again after a couple months of what the fuck do we do?
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking at some Wikipedia. Neon White. He's in Neon White.
Yeah, I know he was in Neon White. Like the freaking Ian Jones Cordy, who created OKKO, is like one of the main characters in Neon White.
He's fucking Zilla in Shadow Warrior 3?
Yeah.
Zilla's the main bad guy in that.
Yeah, he got range. Like, if you look at his voiceover, he got, like, massive range, and I'm like, whoa, this dude mad talented, you know?
No, I'm trying to remember. It was Funky, who was talking about movement shooters. No, he's how to best describe it. He makes video essays, but fuck off. No, he animates. It's like full 3D animation to like describe his points.
So he's a VTuber?
No,
Oh wait, is it that guy who he just did like a World of Tanks video sponsored?
no, I don't think so.
That guy does the same thing you're talking about.
11 days ago he did a video called Self-Aware Game Mechanics.
Let me freaking look this guy up.
Hold on, I'm just gonna post you a video so you can just go look at it in a moment, Busto.
No, I found it funky, right? Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Funk with an E, not funky.
Yeah,
Funk E.
I like their character design.
Well, here's the thing.
Funk Esports. It's in the game.
It's in your hips. No, he used to animate his dude with like like Scout from Team Fortress.
Yeah.
But now he made his own like little character dude who's just like a green ball and a hoodie.
Yeah, I like that design. Very marketable. It kind of looks like my character a bit.
I mean, he also made a plush at one point.
Yeah. Oh, dang. That would actually be like a plush I would buy. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I've never bought a YouTuber plush. I buy YouTuber merch, but like plushies, nah. I'm not.
I wanted to get the bird plush they released.
For a second there, Buster, I thought you were saying that you'd never owned a plush in your life, and I was like, what kind of sheltered life you live in here?
No, I do own plushes. I have a couple Pokemon ones.
I definitely wanted a bird plush. There's... You know what? I'm surprised there hasn't been Big Top Burger merch yet.
Maybe like the next episode. I hope the next episode will lead into like a freaking. I want Captain Yajima merch of all things.
Oh God, yeah. God, man, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
All of their animations are fucking great.
Yeah, Stan Worthy.
It's definitely the best one though.
Yeah, part of me just wants him to have like an animation team behind him to like really dive into what he wants to do. You know?
Yeah.
Freaking, I don't know. Like it's like weird for me because I like keyframing and making basically like I like basically making things image PNGs move, but I just can't. Drawing is just so hard for me. You know? I like using pre-existing assets to like mess around with, but I don't know how to like
illustration is difficult.
Yeah, like I like maneuvering and like keyframing images. Everything else, like
Buster,
I don't know what to do.
Buster, you could always learn Blender.
Let me look at this. Just look at Worthy Kids.
That's what Worthy Kids uses. All of his stuff is CG. It's not motion. It's not stop motion at all.
Oh, yeah, I know, but like I know it's CG. But like, wait, it's like Big Top Burgers Blender or?
Yeah, all of his stuff is in Blender.
Amazing. Does he have like a? Oh, he has like a tutorial. Interesting.
And Blender is a free program.
Yeah, maybe I'll just see like if I can like wrap my head around it.
I messed with it briefly, and it's cool.
Yeah, I do have like a computer rig that like can support animation. Like I just need to freaking work around it. And just like drawing illustration, that's like so hard for me. It just I can like freaking rig PNGs and make like stupid movements, but like just as someone who wants to like work with like just original characters instead of just pre-existing shit posts, it's hard because I want to draw the original characters, but I don't have any reference for the original characters in my brain. So
then make one.
Yeah, and I do. It's just like I don't have
and there you go. You have all the material.
Yeah. I guess. I just need to make more, because like I keep making more characters in my brain, and I just want to like put them all out there to the world, and I don't want to like, keep paying artists to just be like, hey, see this idea? Can you freaking do it? I don't know.
Who knows?
Oops, knows.
Sorry I'm not more like active today. I'm kind of stinky binky.
It's fine. They're gonna get enough of you the rest of this weekend.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, dang. I kind of like tempted to freaking like go learn things. No.
If you're gonna learn Blender, do the donut tutorial.
Donut tutorial?
Donut Media.
Media.
I mean, there's a really popular tutorial series that a guy does where he basically teaches you step by step how to make a simple render of a donut.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And doing that just teaches you the layout of Blender, what every tool does, like bits of the workflow, and then you can dive into more tutorials on like, here's how you animate, here's how you do this, yeah. Things and do bang boom.
Things. Ignore what Boingo just did.
Don't ignore what I just did. I make funny. I am the comedy boy.
I make funny.
I guess I just need to freaking like keep like simplifying my things. I don't know, just like 'cause I want to make original stuff. It's just I have too many like things I want to do, and I just need to freaking simplify it to like where I can just like make something. I don't know how to describe it.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't know. At least my current videos are doing well. I'm glad.
Hey, speaking of content creation, you guys gonna leave Twitter?
I will not. I will stay until the last days, but I have a Tumblr just in case.
Yeah, I need to find my Tumblr login. I haven't logged into my Tumblr in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Unless there's a reason to fucking actually leave other than
the Musk.
Look,
yeah.
Elon's a dingus, and he's making some weird-ass decisions, but I don't see them killing Twitter anytime soon.
At most, it's going to drain money for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, and then either Musk is going to pawn it off on someone else, or it is going to be so devoid of people that it doesn't matter, and it's going to go the way of MySpace. The thing is, I don't see Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook replacing Twitter. You know what I mean?
What about Mastodon? Are you one of the people who's interested in Mastodon?
I mean, I have an account.
It's a pretty good
now.
band. I mean,
it's a good band.
It's my favorite MMPR's the word.
I heard it was like some Republican shit, so I don't want
No, it's more like weird anarcho leftists thing.
Also, they don't have the best identity protection, because I've heard of like artists who aren't already on there having fake accounts and having a hard time getting those accounts taken down or making it clear that their account is the official one.
Because the thing about Mastodon is it's not like one website. It's a federalization of multiple web instances that all interlink together with a similar architecture.
Interlinked.
Which, by the way, speaking of like friggin' making clear that it's yourself, that's the one decision out of the handful of changes Elon has made so far that I was like, that's fucking stupid, was the charging for check marks thing.
Yep.
Because like it completely defeats the point of the check mark if anybody can get it by paying $8. But yeah. Whatever. I'm not a billionaire who inherited money from family members and then
who inherited money from a blood diamond mine.
Ugh.
Look, correction. It was emeralds.
Like, credit where credit is due. Electric cars would not be where they are right now without Elon. But
incorrect. They would probably be much better off because guess what? He did not find Tesla.
No, he didn't find Tesla, but he's the one who got the big media attention on.
I mean, they already had a car out before that.
Yes, they did, but like I never heard anybody bring up electric cars before Elon Musk and Tesla in the same breath as like a viable option. I mean, electric cars were a joke until the initial wave of people who liked Elon became a thing.
I mean, they'd always been trying them. It had always been said that was the next step. Yeah. People just thought that electric cars were going to be Priuses and shit because like they existed.
Yeah, but it was talked about as like either it's a joke that you have one, or you're not going to have one for another 10 years. And people said that every year. But like ever since Elon made Tesla more of a mainstream thing, electric cars in general have become more of a mainstream thing. Like even if you don't have a Tesla, it's not a joke that you have an electric car. Like I definitely plan my next car to be a recent electric, but it's not going to be a fucking Tesla.
Here's the thing.
Probably not going to be anything because you can't really get an electric car right now for less than $60,000.
Yeah. The Polestar looks cool, though.
I'm
sure plenty of them look cool.
What does the Musk do?
I'm thinking of getting a Kia Niro because Mr. Regular gave it such a good review.
Those Kias are nice. I looked at the
how does one review cars?
The inline.
You review it like you would review a refrigerator. You talk about what it does and if it looks cool.
Do you buy it?
No, they give they let you borrow a car for like a week.
Ah.
Yeah, you could test drive a car and shit like that. That's what you're supposed to do before you get
And
one.
if you're
Buster, have you not seen regular car reviews?
I have not, because
I'm gonna DM you the link. It's a great channel.
Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know.
No, I really enjoy the look of the Polestar too. I think it's a nice, solid looking vehicle.
Yeah, I want the ID
You're a
Buzz.
nice, solid-looking vehicle.
I want the ID Buzz, and I'll buy no more vehicles unless I buy classic cars.
That is a car.
It's the electric offshoot brand of what's the fucking Swedish car company?
Sweden.
They made the seatbelt.
IKEA?
Saab?
No, the other one. The seatbelt guys.
BMW?
Volvo. BMW is not Swedish.
Polestar's an offshoot of Volvo? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're Volvos.
Well, Volvos are really fucking nice.
Wait, what is BMW?
Bavarian
Motor Works.
Oh, okay, that's why I
They're
thought
German.
They're both like semi-obscure fucking European brands.
BMW is from Germany.
Germany isn't in Europe?
No, but you said it like it's obscure. Like everybody knows what fucking Germany is.
Are you sure about that? Have you been to an American school lately? Because I go to one every day, and fucking bro.
Yeah, everybody knows where the Nazis came from.
Everyone knows where Nazis, beer, and pretzels come from. Come on.
And Asuka from Evangelion.
They're only free exports.
And board games.
The Germans invented board games?
The Germans are very... Okay, here's the... Okay. Brief history lesson. After World War II, and the German people wanted to really fucking calm down after the Nazi shit, basically it was heavily encouraged that families had family board game nights. Just family get-togethers, you know? So board games became a very popular thing, and they developed their own style of board game, which is now called the Euro game, which is a very popular subset of board games. You have probably seen a couple of them. Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan.
I've freaking played Settlers of Catan.
That's German, and there's a large German board game scene.
Good for them.
Speaking of Settlers of Catan, the tabletop game store that's like right around the corner from my house is they had a 3D Settlers of Catan set that was $300. All the pieces, everything in it was sculpted and painted.
That's fucking cool.
It's the booziest fucking shit I've seen. They also have a talisman section, that game I'm always looking for every time we go into a game store, Chris.
That reminds me, how is Hero Quest doing on or HeroScape doing on HasLab? I'm gonna check that real quick.
Yeah.
Did the Ghost Rider one fail?
Ghost Rider 1 failed. It had a pretty significant bump in backers on the last day, but it wasn't enough to save it.
Dang.
HeroScape is just under halfway funded, and it has 10 days left.
I just want them to do another classified thing so it could fund instantly again.
Yeah. Well, hey, fucking Deaf Source is also only halfway there, but he's got like a month left.
Oh yeah.
Well, Death Source is getting funded. Like there's no question on that one.
Yeah, it's a Transformers thing. It's a Transformers Japanese thing, and there's like a large demand for that.
Yeah, I would back him if I had the money and or already had Star Saber, but I didn't back Star Saber at the time because I was a fool. I was a foolish fool.
Yeah.
I still don't think Star Saber looks as cool.
I strongly disagree, but okay.
Well, the thing that threw me off about Star Saber, where I was like, I don't give a fuck, was like how one of them just kind of turns into like, I don't know, they do the feet the same way they do like the weaponizer feet or the armorizer feet. I forgot what they were called, but
isn't that how the G1 toy works?
I don't know. I just didn't care.
I think it is. I'm not sure because I've only watched like one or two reviews of G1 Star Saber and Victory Leo ever. That was like years ago.
Yeah, but like, how do you think a Power Rangers HasLab would do?
I think if they picked the right thing, it would do well. But that's a really precarious choice because, like, you want the mainstream attention, so it would have to be something MMPR related, but you don't want to piss off the fans, so it would have to be something that would make sense as a HasLab and that we haven't already gotten a bunch of times. So, like, really, I feel like the first HasLab has to be like a command center / power chamber playset or something like that.
I would rather a Zord. Like, I'd rather like Serpentera, or like if they want to be like fan pleasy, but like still cash in on
the Zord
that
is not the way to go.
You sure?
Yeah, because like you could just go get any of the fucking Zords almost from like Solo Chogokin, or I mean, there's like a bunch of options for the Zords.
Joking. It just there hasn't really been like a nice Serpentera Zord, so that's why I'm like, like you would probably need too many backers for that, so you could have like a lot of fun stretch goals.
Yeah, I could see them doing a Zap Serpentera.
Yeah, that just seems like the safest bet for like a first one, and then you can get like SPD Doggy Megazord and.
I don't know if they could do it fucking accurate to scale though, because isn't like the fucking Thunderzord assault team supposed to be able to fit in the palm of Serpentera's hand?
Well, like not accurate to like a good high quality like.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be accurate. You could probably include like a little miniature Thunder like Zord.
Oh, definitely. They should do that along with like the expected Zed and Goldar minifigs.
Yeah, I just think that's just the safest bet for a first HasLab if you want to like expand the HasLab to the Power Rangers thing. I don't know, but that's really like the big Hasbro brand I care about, so of course I would talk about that.
I would just be worried about the Zords funding because there's other options out there.
Yeah,
especially if they did something that there was like the Flame Zero ones, and like they'd all be similar price points. Like, what are they going to do to make it? They'd have to make it like, I don't even know what they could do.
So I think Galactus?
No, because that would be too small technically, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be in
scale. I'm still gunning for Lightning Collection Dark Spectre, but I also am like, okay, Power Rangers fans know Dark Spectre, but like, how many casuals know Dark Spectre? Like,
I feel like most casuals
wait. Here's an idea. What if, follow this pitch here, a Galactus size, Galactus size figure of like one of the more popular suit monsters it's a pitch, come on, about the size of a Zord, so it equals in the right size, with stretch goals being Zed and Rita, and like the effects to make a monster grow.
I mean, I could see them doing that, doing like a what was his name? The monster of the week from the second episode, because he's technically the first monster of the week. No, King Sphinx was like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah. The Black Knight?
First of all, it's Nasty Knight, and second of all, no. Bones! Yeah, okay, I could see them doing Bones as a HasLab and being like, look, it's the first monster of the week from Power Rangers, big enough to fight your Zap Megazord. Don't you want this?
That would piss off so many people, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like
playset with an articulated Zordon head.
I mean, they've already done Zordon in the Lightning Collection, but people didn't like that figure, so I could see your point. That's the monster I was talking about, Buster.
I mean, like him. He's cool. I like it. I like his grip. He has a penis, though, exposed penis, so I don't like.
Do we think that like?
No, dude, look at his crotch.
That's a cod piece, Buster.
That is a pelvic bone.
Yeah, but like it's cut in a way to make it look like a dick. And
no, it's not. It's cut in a way to look like a cod piece.
All right, well, let me look at this so I could decide. Yeah, I mean that's just like a regular. It looks like a. It looks no different, literally no different than the Master Chief or like any of them Halo armor pieces. I mean,
are you just horny right now or something? Is that what's going on?
Do you need to talk to our good friend Mr. Freud?
Who's Mr. Freud?
Oh no,
Sigmund Freud.
Oh, who? Is he like what? Some master of like illustration of like freaking like your friends don't know when like.
Sir, what the fuck are they teaching kids in schools these days that you don't know these things we're referencing?
A Freudian slip.
What are these things? I just
okay. Buster.
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud is a man who basically tried to like started psychology way back in the day. A lot of his theories are debunked now and have been proven to be false, but one of his theories was that many people's aspects of sexuality later on in life are heavily informed by their early childhood.
Well, no shit.
That's one of the things that's been disproven, by the way.
Okay.
And the idea is that if you repeatedly see sexual imagery in certain things, that says a lot about you.
Oh, it's literally skin colored. How can you not see this?
Because it's not.
Just go look up like the Master Chief armor. It looks the same as that.
I know what the Master Chief armor looks like.
Just look it up.
Looks more like
Buster. Buster. Do you need to also go to a doctor? Because that's also not where penises are from. If you would have said balls, I might have agreed with you.
It seems like Buster needs to retake quite a few courses, including anatomy.
No, I don't want to. You never take me alive.
Can we also just mention that he's wearing a Guy Fawkes hat?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, he totally is. I think it's probably just meant to be like a witch's hat, but yeah.
And he's wearing like Super Saiyan shoulder pads.
And he's got a stylish little hip cape.
Yep.
Oh, the cape would probably be the big like detractor of that figure if they ever decide to make it.
I could see them. Well, no, it's Hasbro. They wouldn't do soft goods.
I don't think they would do it.
They'd probably make it in a way that you could remove it.
If Cookie Monster didn't fund, I think like I don't know, man. Like I know Power Rangers is popular, but I just don't think that like the people who are trying to the people who would spend big money on that are either going to spend it in like the Japanese toy market or like the Japanese model kit market and not like on something Hasbro made. I don't think.
Fair enough. There's only been a couple of figures of this guy ever, and none of them are modern, super articulated.
Here's a thought though. What if the big Hasbro item isn't some like $200, $300 piece? It is $100 item, and it's basically a Hasbro version of a CSM.
They've kind of already done that with like the morphers and the.
But you make it out of metal and nice materials, and like you don't do MMPR
or MMPR like merch. Like we kind of try to move away from that right now.
I mean, you're wanting to move away from it right now, but that doesn't mean everybody wants to.
You could always.
You got to realize there's probably a bigger market of people who have not watched Power Rangers in decades who want something fun, Mighty Morphin, than people who have been keeping up with Power Rangers and want fun collectibles.
Yeah, I forget which one it is, but I know like one of the ring announcers for WWE is legitimately a massive MMPR fan and has a whole room of just nothing but MMPR merch. And like I was listening to an interview with him once, and it was like it just rolled on the next thing in the playlist I was listening to at work, and so I didn't see it until like I think it was a Chris Van Vliet interview. Chris Van Vliet brought it up and was like, "So, who's your favorite Power Ranger?" And like fucking clockwork, he went, "Oh, it's got to be Tommy Oliver," and I'm like, "This fucking guy."
This guy. Thank God those pricks aren't coming back for the anniversary.
Well. Just yeah, people are like that. It's a legit thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Legit.
I
don't know.
Don't repeat the joke. You've said this joke multiple episodes.
Oh man, there it is. There's what the HasLab should be: a life-sized functioning Alpha 5. $10,000 from RoboSen.
No, anything but that. Anything but. I will freaking take like Tommy's like freaking towels over that.
Tommy's sweaty gym towel. Let's go.
I think if they would have dialed back the Engine of Vengeance, like as far as like its abilities, if they would have made it a lot more of a hollower piece of plastic with like maybe like it only looks like it's on fire, and just included more Ghost Riders, I think it would have been successful. But like even for me, like like the more figures they announced, the less I gave a fuck about it, which sucked. I was like, I don't care. But like, and it's also kind of shitty how they said like they're never gonna do any of those. Like, are you really never gonna do Mephisto?
Yeah, because he's a devil.
They said something about like we don't want to do these characters at retail because of soccer moms complaining about stuff.
Yeah, they could literally do fan channel, Hasbro Pulse only, like fucking anything. It doesn't have to get a wide release, and it'll still sell regularly.
I mean,
They
yeah,
still
fair
think
enough.
it looks just like that. I mean, like, I don't know.
And also, like, any second now, like, people have wanted it. Kevin Feige's a people pleaser. Mephisto will make his way into the movies, so it's just...
Well, Mephisto is rumored to be an Ironheart.
Why Ironheart of all things? Does he have a connection to Riri Williams that I'm missing out on?
The Hood is going to be the main villain of the show, and they're thinking of changing his origin because his origin is he gets magic powers from a deal with Dormammu. They're thinking of changing it to being a deal with Mephisto because people weirdly really want Mephisto in the MCU. So they're like, well, here's a quick, easy way we can get him in there. And the rumored casting is Sacha Baron Cohen.
That's going to awaken stuff in a lot of people, but I can vibe with it.
I mean, if they weren't already awoken by how hot he could be from Sweeney Todd.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he was in Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
I awaken
You're
memories.
excited for, because I know you guys are going to go see Wakanda Forever tomorrow at the time of this video's, freaking upload, or, soon, this weekend. What are you excited? Are you excited for the movie, or are you not?
I'm excited for it, mainly because it seems to be going hey, we're just doing fucking weird shit from Marvel. Here you go.
I think regardless of your opinions on the actress, it will be a good movie.
Yeah. It looks like a very well-produced movie, at least.
I'm excited to see how Namor is.
Yeah, honestly, Namor is probably the most interesting part of that movie to me, just because it's first time he's appearing, he's a big Marvel character, and also, he looks hot.
I love that it seems like they've, we know from trailers, they animated the wings on his feet to make it be that's the way he flies. Because in comics, it always just looks like he's just flying around like Superman and happens to have wings on his feet.
I like how it also looks like he has to run across the air because each time the wings have to bounce him. He bounces in the air because each time he puts his foot down, that's when the wings flap their wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope it'll be a fine tribute to Chadwick Boseman, because that whole thing.
Here's a funny other thing, because technically they never once said fully that Kamala Khan's a mutant. They just said, oh, you have a mutation in your thing, and they played the X-Men theme. So by that technicality, she's not officially a mutant. She's only hinted to be a mutant. So Namor can still technically be the first mutant.
Mm.
Well, if they play the freaking X-Men thing, I'm gonna cringe so hard.
No. Here's the thing. He's always been the first mutant.
Okay, well, fine, but they better not play that then. No.
Buster.
That we've been over this. You were on an episode of No Prize where we talked about this. They are using the 90s X-Men theme the same way they use the 60s Spider-Man theme to just be the signifier of that type of Marvel stuff happening in the MCU.
Well, the Spider-Man theme's just for the credits, not really for in movie.
Bullshit! They use Spider-Man themes all throughout the third Spider-Man. It's just that they use their themes to hint at them.
Okay,
and if you have to say an X-Men theme, the theme for the mutants is da 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 da.
Alright, but it's annoying.
Unless you're a child of the 2000s.
It happened once. How can it be annoying?
Okay,
if you're a child of didn't it happen in fucking Multiverse of Madness?
Okay, fine. It happened twice.
That's me. It happened to Multiverse of Madness. It happened to Miss Marvel. And I'm just
it's almost. Hey, Buster. It's almost as if it's a leitmotif, and that's how you make art.
I guess.
That being said, I hope at least once we get the Fox theme, because that is the theme I think of when I think X-Men.
What even is the Fox theme? I guess that's an okay theme, but it doesn't really stick in me brain.
Mm-hmm. You haven't watched Days of Future Past enough yet, then.
Yeah, I've only watched the first X-Men movie and then a bit of the second.
But no, officially in Marvel Comics, a bunch of characters have multiple little editorial names. So Namor has always been the first mutant because they made him. He was in the first Marvel comic. The first Marvel comic.
Okay, but just imagine they're just talking about it and just randomly, and it's just you freaking hear the X-Men thing blare out. That just breaks the pace, man. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't. Stop being a fucking idiot.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm tired of just going this thing that I don't like makes it bad and ruins the thing. No, it doesn't. Because it fucking happens all the goddamn time. And just because it's one thing that you don't like for some reason, it means the pace is wrong. It's like, no, they pace it the way they wanted to pace it. That's how they wanted to do it.
It feels wrong to me, damn it.
Okay, so I think the problem is here we have a difference in understanding of how to critique something. The way Buster should be saying this is the way they pace it does not work for me. Not that it does not work.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know. I'm just it's an under like when you think about it for 5 seconds, it makes complete sense why they're doing it.
It doesn't mean I have to
For
like
you.
it.
No. It make like as an artistic fuck off, you bitch. Buster, it's like fucking whenever the Straw Hats get together and they play We Are.
Okay, but I don't know that because I haven't watched the anime. I've only read the manga.
Or when any Power Ranger thing says do because it's just an iconic little leitmotif. That's how you make art. That's how you make these repetitious ideas implant in the head. It makes these details important and commonplace.
I guess. I don't know. I just like new ideas too. So.
This is a new idea.
Is it though?
Yes. This is the first time they're doing mutants.
Well, like, it's already starting to get, like, a bit like, oh, come on, like, you already did it
No,
twice.
it hasn't! They've done it twice!
Yeah, but twice.
You can start complaining when they do it 20 times in a movie!
Okay.
Well,
I will
it's
eagerly awaiting that moment.
And it's never gonna happen, because it's fucking...
Buster, why are you leaving YouTube comments tonight?
I don't know, man. None of my YouTube comments are particularly that great. I guess I gotta pick up the slack.
Man, I didn't hear these kind of complaints when they kept using the Avengers theme in fucking Endgame and Infinity War.
Well, those are Avengers movies, you know?
Yeah, it's almost as if they're trying to make a connection with a popular piece of music and a leitmotif that is heavily associated with Marvel.
Yeah, I guess, but that is not an X-Men movie. It's just, like, I don't know.
You gotta stop thinking of it as X-Men. Just think of it as, like, this is an indication of mutants.
Okay, fine.
Similar to, like, how the piano thing is for the Hulk. I'm
a little interested in how falling back is going to affect my work schedule. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on daylight savings time?
It sucks. Actually, I don't know anything about daylight savings or its impact on, like, good humor. Not humor. How will daylight savings affect comedy of all things? No, I mean,
how will daylight savings time affect this ice cream brand?
Well, I mean, we're gonna get an extra hour of sleep tonight.
Yeah, that'll be nice. What exactly is it?
Apparently, they're gonna, like, stop doing daylight savings after this. Like, wild.
Is this really? Is this the last time? Is that official?
That's what my parents told me, but then again, they probably full of misinformation, so who knows?
I mean, I heard there's been every fucking year there's a push to end daylight savings time because it is a thing they literally just invented for farmers back before electric lights were a thing. But, like, I've never heard it's official that they're ending it.
At least the United States or something. I don't know. Again, who knows?
It's only in the United States, Buster.
I mean, there's a couple other places that have their own kind of, like, daylight savings time, but I think they've gotten rid of it by now.
I like how the second results when I start Googling is when will daylight savings time end for good?
You should watch Dynazenon.
Do what?
Dynazenon. You should watch it.
I should, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, it's good. Even better than Gridman.
That's high praise.
Yeah, I picked one of the best sequel anime out there.
So a bunch of states are getting rid of daylight savings time, but it's not a countrywide thing.
All right, but is Illinois on the states?
It doesn't look like it unless I'm just stupid. The list is Alabama, Delaware, Georgia, Idaho, Louisiana, Maine, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, Ohio, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming.
Well, there's your public service announcement for those in those states.
Yeah.
Alabama keeps getting screwed over, I tell you what.
Alabama screws itself over.
Freaking, it's the self-hatred country state of all the United States. Guy who keeps, like, I keep seeing this dude on my Twitter who, like, keeps talking about, like, peak fiction things, and it's, like, so funny. I guess he's called like King Recon, and it's just the way he describes how good something is like so funny.
Weren't we supposed to stop sharing videos on Discord for a little while?
Oh yeah, I should. No, no, wait, video.
I'm only joking. You're a trusted source.
Like I freaking downloaded this from like a Twitter video downloader. It's like an MP4. I don't know. And I don't know what this. I try just don't like. And if anything looks suspicious, don't click on it. That's basically my rule.
But I look suspicious.
This guy seems like a YouTuber from 2008.
Apparently, it's modern YouTuber. Stop talking because he name drops 2022 in the video.
Something about. Well, no, everything about his video. The way he's dressing, the lighting in his room, his setup in general just looks like a 2008 YouTube video to me.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah.
Back in the days of part 1, part 2, part 3, and only 10-minute long Transformer videos.
Yeah. Man, I miss like freaking being able to watch full cartoons and YouTube and anime on not YouTube. I just want to watch full YouTube on YouTube. I mean, watching full.
You watch YouTube on YouTube.
YouTube.
It was totally tubular.
It's just a bunch. It's just all tube-related videos. You have to freaking like do everything in like a freaking like the lazy river tube.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was a kid and I hadn't been looked at YouTube yet, but I had heard other kids talking about YouTube, and I just expected that when I logged on that like actual tubes would be part of the design motif of the layouts.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have that where like there's stuff you only kind of heard about for a little while before you checked it out and you expected it to be a certain way because of that?
Yeah. I keep thinking of, like dumb puns, like of just about like all those things, like freaking like it like before I popped onto Instagram for like 1 year and then ditched it forever. I thought like Instagram, well, I have to instantly get grams or something like that, you know?
God, I wish.
Oh my God, graham crackers.
Tasty.
Yeah, graham crackers are funny. That funny. Why am I describing a lot of things weird tonight? I'm just
like I remember back before I got into Doctor Who, I first heard about it through a Transformers YouTuber who was asked about it and was like, "Yeah, I'm into it." And he showed a bunch of DVDs, and like the DVDs all had different guys on the front. So I was like, "Is Doctor Who like a name that's passed down from guy to guy?" And like I didn't understand that yes, but actually no. Because I felt like in universe they're canonically different guys who just become Doctor Who, like it's the fucking the Flash mantle or something.
Yeah. I think like the first time I like visually saw Doctor Who was like it was probably like one of the new Who things, but like the first time like I probably seen like bits and pieces here, but the first time I like sat down and like visually saw a piece of Doctor Who media was like this freaking Disney XD promo they were doing for like the 50th anniversary of just this dumb song they made up that isn't even part of Doctor Who. They just made it up for this dumb promo.
I've never heard of this. Did Doctor Who air on Disney XD?
Yeah, for like the 50th anniversary. They put like the David Tennant and Matt Smith episodes of like there.
I only knew it was I only ever watched it either via
DVD, Disney Plus, like
via DVDs, Pirate Bay, or when we had it, because there was a while where we had a cable package that included BBC America.
So like freaking like this Doctor Who on Disney XD might have been the precursor to like freaking the 60th anniversary airing on like what's it called, Disney Plus in America.
I don't know.
I
never watched Doctor Who.
This is like a Disney era Power Rangers intro. What the fuck?
Kind of do have the vibes.
Oh my god. Well, boys.
I didn't win the lottery.
Oh, shame.
No, not Cody.
All our plans are ruined.
I did buy a lottery ticket because I had a vivid dream of one. And I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Bro, I imagine if you have dreams of random things and you just decide to do them. Like, oh yeah, I dreamed of like freaking fishing. I'm gonna go fishing, and then I get nothing.
Yeah, I dreamed of going into Target and finding the black suit Spider-Man that was part of the one of the Build-A-Figure waves, and it was really hard to find at that time for me.
The one that was a Pizza Spider-Man repaint?
Yeah.
I had that.
I dreamed of finding it in the store.
That, like, freaking Pizza Spider-Man is a landmark Marvel Legends figure.
It is. It was considered to be the best Marvel Legends for like a year.
But I dreamed of finding it in the store, and then the next day I did find it in the store, and I chose not to buy it out of spite. Like, I was like, no, what? Fuck this. Like, I'm not gonna fucking buy this just because I dreamed about it. Fuck you, action figure, and I walked away from it.
Damn, Cody. Also,
I looked about it, made me not care about it anymore.
I looked it up. He was in the Sandman Build-A-Figure wave.
Was he sandy enough?
I don't know. You tell me.
I guess I got better versions of both of those figures now, so who cares?
Yeah, I love my retro Sandman, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back and get retro carded black suit again, or if I'm gonna get that VHS 2-pack, because I do like that new Cletus Cassidy head that comes with the Carnage.
Is it based
the
on the
other
movie,
new
or
head
just
we got
like,
wasn't bad?
It's based on the 90s cartoon.
Ah.
Hang on, I'll get you an image buster.
Like the most recent.
Marvel name a character Cletus Cassidy. That's a wild name, man. I mean, even wilder for them.
It's because he's a fucking like criminal.
Serial killer.
He's just like
He's a serial killer.
Does have to have like freaking like.
He's also a comic book character, and alliteration is a big thing with comic book characters.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I don't know why I'm so hung up on that. I don't know.
I mean, Cletus is a name.
It would be boring if it was anything else.
Good point. Yeah, really, again, it makes us talk about it for content. So hey.
Well, it's a little too out there. I want it to be like John. Oh man, why is this guy's name John? How come it's not something unique like Cletus?
I love John Spider-Man. He's
John.
my favorite
Hello,
comic
I'm
character.
John Spitterman. I'm here to do your taxes.
I feel like that is a character in like a Spider-Verse tie-in or something.
Probably.
Just John Spider-Man, played by John from sitcom.
What currently working actors who are like at Spider-Man age are named John? Are there any?
I'm pretty sure they are. We just don't know them.
Well,
like even then, like Spider-Man age is pretty flexible these days.
That's the thing. Is
Just
like
Spider-Man.
I feel like these characters are comparable in age group. Like I remember back before Content ID was as strict as it was. There was a time where I wanted to be like Sentai 5 and make fan edit intros for potential Power Ranger series based on Sentais that hadn't been adapted yet. And I realized very quickly, like, oh, I won't be able to do that because like I don't know young actors. I don't watch enough current shit to keep up with actors who are in that age bracket.
Yeah, and even then, I don't really like those aspects of those old edits. Or I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather just freaking like do like no, just keep the visual. Just keep the visual, but like not really like include a specific actor, if that makes sense.
I mean, he usually does a pretty solid job of picking people and not having it be cringy. I mean, it's not like he always goes, and Millie Bobby Brown as the Pink Ranger.
Yeah. And even then, like, most Power Rangers actors are freaking, they sign up specifically for Power Rangers. They're like gymnasts or like people who like.
Or they've only done modeling gigs.
Yeah, they're like specific, like, yeah. Like, because even then, they're like, it's like remote. The last few seasons, they've done remote things where it's like, you want to be a Power Ranger? Send us your reel and we'll consider you.
Well, I mean, they've always done that, but the casting process usually ends in person.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that Gundam game that's not this game to come out.
Gundam Evolution?
Yeah. Or to be playable by my hands.
Oh,
isn't it already on PS4?
It shouldn't be.
It'd
be great if it was, though. I mean, the demo came out.
Was there a Dynasty Warriors style Gundam game ever?
Mini.
Yes.
Okay. Because I unlocked a core memory the other day that was like, I think my first exposure to Gundam was playing one of those games on like a demo at a GameStop when I was like 13.
They're good games.
I remember it being fun.
Kamen Rider ones.
And like that was the time when the only robot stuff I knew was Transformers. So I was like, whoa, what are these robots? They look cool.
We need to like catch up on the new Gundam show, Witch of Mercury. That's been really fun.
I saw the first episode for that and it was really fucking good. Also, the suit designs in that show are probably like the most cohesively good I've seen in a Gundam series. I mean, I like all of them. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but like, and the new one, it's just that good balance of like unique and new, but like also shit that like triggers the stuff in my brain that makes me say I like it.
Classic.
And all of the generic suits look like the best like generic suits they've done in a long time. It looks so cool that whenever I first saw it, I didn't recognize it as like generic Gundam shit, and I was just like, "Whoa, what's this new cool fucking thing I've never seen before?"
Yeah, because like outside of Ariel, they all look pretty unique.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising to see something of that. Like a lot of the stuff of that style kind of reminds me of Turn A styles, and it seems like they always hate to do anything with Turn A, except for now with Evolution having two things from Turn A in it, one of which never had anything else other than an appearance in the show.
Yeah, like the only really Gundam show besides Witch of Mercury really tried to delve into was Victory of all things, and that's because of an in-joke with myself.
Oh, Victory does look really cool though, and
Yeah, Victory
another
is a
similar
weird show.
vibe too.
It's a really fun show.
The
Like
Victory designs kind of share with the Witch of Mercury designs.
Yeah, like I could see that, and I do like the whole like combining little gimmick they have, and I like that like the Gundam is made by the people instead of just a war prop machine like it usually is.
Yeah.
I like the Gundam where they're extremely racist.
That's all of them.
Yeah, because it's like in my server, it's like
I mean specifically the one that's like
Space Noids.
Gundams from each specific country.
Oh, that's G Fighter.
Yeah, G Fighter's dope. I love it.
Tequila
I
Gundam.
haven't watched G. It looks super dope, but like I heard it's not traditional Gundam, so I've kind of been like, I want to get a bit traditional.
It's not. I mean, you could do what I did and watch all of the regular Gundam continuity shit, all the Universal Century stuff, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I just like do pick one and choose. Like Victory, I heard was like in its own thing, so I'll just watch that, especially because I already have the in joke of the name with me. So,
Iron-Blooded Orphans is like that.
Yeah, that's another one I want to check
good.
out.
I don't know. There's a lot of
compilation movies they have of the OG series.
Yeah, I think you're better off doing the origin since they kind of went back and started doing a lot of the old things. Oh, that's what's new and out right now. Dolan's fucking what is it known? It's like they took a lost episode from the original series and turned it into a new movie.
Oh yeah, I think I heard stuff about that. I kind of like speaking of mecha, I kind of want to like I watched the first Evangelion rebuild, and I want to watch 2 and 3 because apparently they're doing a Fathom event for 3.0 plus 1.0, which is like the finale to the whole Evangelion thing. So
over 2 times 6 Dream Drops distance.
Ah, you're so funny. So yeah, I kind of want to like try to catch up on those movies before I go see like that movie in theaters. But the first one was a bit basic, but I heard they get much wilder like as they go on. And I don't know, like I kind of want to make this. I've already had this like statement written for my Evangelion video whenever I get to it, but it's just about like everyone has their own meaning of Evangelion, and it's okay. You don't have to like freaking like negate what Evangelion means to someone else to make it see what it means to you. That kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that kind
of
that sounds like how opinions work to me.
Yeah, it's such a.
It's almost like art is subjective.
Yeah, it's just such a thick show, and I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't cover it right," like, or like, "Oh, you got to do it this," and I'm like, I want to cover things about Evangelion I don't normally hear, but I also just want to be like, it's okay, like you're all.
It's because anime fans spent literal decades building Gundam up in their own heads as the greatest show of all time, and it's a pretty good fucking show, but it is not the greatest show of all time. That's Kaizuka Sentai Go Kaiger.
You said Gundam instead of Evangelion.
I've said a lot of things. It's late.
Yeah, but like, look, you get what I mean.
I'll live to be 100, and I'll see a lot of things, but I'll never see anything better than fucking Mermaid Gundam.
The fish one?
Yeah. The one that's just cosplaying as a fucking fish.
Gundam Build Divers did a really good job of updating some of those designs, including Tequila Gundam.
Nice.
Build Divers I want to check out just because it's basically just what if toy collectible show like Beyblade or Card Fight but Gundam.
Yeah.
And like that sounds really appealing to me. So I'll check that out eventually.
it definitely was responsible for like breathing. Well, I'm not going to say breathing life into it because the Gundam models never really slowed down. But the Build Driver and Build Diver model series was meant to mimic the style of play in the show. So like they all make their custom versions of like special suits. So instead of it being like, oh, this is just another suit that was made, like no, like I could buy a bunch of different parts and make my own special like Rising Sun Gundam or Burning Finger Gundam.
Like
is what he's
increased creativity in the Gunpla community is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because one of the Gundam in Build Drivers, one of the dudes throws a baseball, like his special is a baseball that's the ball cockpit from Gundam, and it throws one of those. But they've since done like special versions of other Gundams from series.
Yeah,
because in that show, all of it is canon, just like, or not canon, but like they also talk about the UC and the.
All the shows are canon as a show in the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But the model kits are built to be on a more interchangeable platform, so you can kind of bionicle it up. So obviously, I'm gonna think that's
Bionicle it up.
You're gonna bionicle. He's gonna buy.
Bionicle.
He's gonna uncle.
Bio Uncles, the new hit line from Hasbro. Bio Uncle.
Honestly, that does sound like something they would have put out in the 80s.
Bio Uncles, they let you take a sip of beer.
Electric beer.
I think we've done this for too long already.
Bio Uncles, they smell slightly of weed.
All right. We are coming up on midnight, so why don't we close this one out? Mango Rider, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me at Boingo at twitch.tv/Boingo Rider, where I stream regularly a variety of games, including Digimon and some RPGs and just other stuff. Do a variety of things. That's what a variety streamer does. You can find me on social media platforms at Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and at Boingo_Rider. And you can find me on YouTube, where I do a variety of video content. Just search for Boingo Rider, at Boingo Rider. Because now YouTube has at Boingo Rider. There you go.
Snowcone, what is your
gramification? Never _robot.
Nice. And Buster, wherefore do you reside?
I reside at twitter.com/BusterBluey3, at least as long as Twitter exists. But also, I do YouTube stuff. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up, so go watch them and stuff.
Nice. And I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos about stuff. I've written the script for my next video. It's coming soon, so go check out my back catalog and subscribe to youtube.com/thevacuuminator. Also follow me on twitter.com @thevacuuminator and on Instagram @the_vacuuminator for daily action figure photography. And please do help and support us here at Modular Media. Be sure to like and comment on this video. Subscribe and ring that bell in order to enable notifications, because we will be going live later tonight to open the Modular Summit and unbox the Hasbro Marvel Legends HasLab Galactus. It's going to be a swell time, let me tell you. And we got plenty of other big, exciting content coming out over the rest of the weekend and for the foreseeable future that will be broadcasted from and filmed at the summit. So get hyped for that, get subscribed, and be ready to ingest that content into your eye holes. And if you want regular updates on that and what we're doing all throughout the weekend, be sure to follow us on Twitter @TheModularMedia and join the subreddit r/Modular Media. But folks, that's it for this episode of Modular Components. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you back here next time.